Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see all of the participants on the screen. There's Bryan, there's Sapphire, there's Woe, there's the nauseating Teisha C, and there is Leslie. We got to get Leslie's thoughts on the coaching carousel that saw her squad let go of Gerard Mayo. I want to see how I really want to see what her thoughts are about that. We have Donnie as well. He'll be joining us as soon as possible. So, guys, Bryan, how's it going? Bryan, you can't hear? Oh, Bryan is muted, y'all. How long we been doing this?
Man, it's been a minute. Apparently, I guess I don't know. I don't usually ever mute myself, so it was kind of weird. So, but no, I'm doing good. Willie, how's your arm? How you doing?
My arm is still attached to my body, and I am able to lift it somewhat. Let me see if you got. Well, now let's see.
Hey. Yeah. That's better than last week. That's
as high as it goes. So, but it doesn't do like this.
It's all right. Hey, baby.
That's okay. You Uncle Willie's son.
That. Well, I actually am Uncle Willie, depending on who you're talking to. Sapphire, what's going on up there in Cuyahoga County?
Well, actually, I'm traveling on the East Coast, so I can tell you what's going on down here. It's a lot more pleasant than being on the North Coast. But hello, everyone. Hello, my beautiful peoples.
And Dwayne in all his splendor, and hopefully his voice will hold up throughout the show as he's been yelling at people all day. What's up, man?
Man, it's good to be here, bro. I'm glad you're able to, get your stuff together. That's very proud of you. You keep pushing, keep working.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. And keep them prayers coming. Leslie, Cape Cod girly. What's happening?
Oh, we got a new coach, so that's something.
Yeah, it is something. I don't know if it's a good. Well, they got Vrabel, so
Vrabel has the con.
He does have the cachet. He what is he, a 3-time Super Bowl champion for the Patriots? He's in the Patriots Hall of Fame or Ring of Honor or whatever they call it.
Yes.
And he's a pretty dang good coach too. So
wait, you forgot one thing, Willie.
What's that?
OH.
Oh, this is an NFL show.
Buckeye. He's a Buckeye too. That's what's going to make him successful.
You say his resume, sir.
I'm just saying.
Sir.
Oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about the Patriots anyway. So, what difference does it make? All right, guys. It is time for us to unleash the beast that is a Show Nuff Divided. And we are going to go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling all night long. Well, maybe not all night long, but at least for the next, hour or so. I'll try to keep it under an hour and a half, unlike we did the last time. I want to be respectful of everybody's time, except for Teisha's. I don't care about her time.
Haters gonna hate, just Teisha. Haters gonna hate.
Whatever you want to call it. All right. All right, let's go get it. The thing is with that intro is that every time I see that intro, especially at the end, when Patrick Mahomes is pointing his stupid booger finger at whatever he was pointing to after they won that game on a walk-off kick, But it is what it is. The Show Sho Nuff Divided. Let's go ahead and get into this thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Willie Epting Jr. holding it down. We've got a 5-wide set. Wait a minute. Can I count? 1, 2. Oh, that's 6. You can't have 6 receivers on the field at one time, can you? No. There's 5 linemen, 1 quarterback, and five receivers. So no, we're gonna go. Oh, well, I guess I could be the quarterback. So
this is bad math.
It's a 4-wide set. Which one of y'all want to be in the slot? Which one of y'all want to be Julian Edelman?
I'll be Jules any day of the week. I'll be Jules any day.
Oh, that is too funny. All right, and I see that the captain has made it. There he is, right there. What's up, sir?
Hello. How we doing out there?
Man, we just chilling on it, about to ready to get this thing rolling. I was telling everybody before the intro that the doctor prescribed me yet another medicine. So the hits just keep on coming. But be that as it may, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the the wildfires update. As we know, the fires have been raging in Southern California. If you haven't, everybody out there haven't seen it, I mean, I don't see how you haven't, because it's everywhere. But a lot of people are coining this, to include myself, as a sign of the times, because LA and its surrounding areas, y'all, looks like Armageddon. It looks like the apocalypse. It looks like, and there's reports out there that people even saying that they heard the trumpet sounding. And Patrice told me about it last night. I said, well, babe, I'm not really concerned about the trumpets blaring, because Jesus is not going to make the trumpets blare just for a certain people to hear it and other people don't hear it. When it blares, everybody's going to hear it. So I'm going back to sleep. So that's what I did. And we know that the game in Inglewood was reassigned to Glendale, to the big insurance policy in Glendale, Arizona, of course, State Farm Stadium, in which the Rams invaded their division mate. They invaded their house, had their logo and everything all over the place, and en route to a victory over the Minnesota Vikings. So our continued prayers and support and well wishes and condolences go out to everybody out there. And I just think it's a shame how some people are politicizing this whole thing when people's lives are being lost. That irks me more than anything else. Sapphire, real quick word on that on the wildfires out there in Cali.
I mean, I'm still conflicted, because I'm hearing that State Farm canceled a lot of policies for homeowners out there, and the irony of that game being played at State Farm Stadium, it's just un-American to me, right? And so my heart goes out to those hard-working, true American citizens that are caught up in that pipeline of Michigash. God bless them. And we all need to donate what we can and what we feel comfortable with to help our own in America.
Well said. Well said. Bryan, any further thoughts on the current events that's going on in California?
No, y'all said it best. I mean, it's a terrible thing that's happening out there, and I think everybody in the nation goes through something like this. Whether it be hurricanes in Florida, tornadoes here in Oklahoma, everybody goes through something like this, and we all need everybody. So regardless of what it is, and it's not even money, it's not this, it's prayers and stuff like that need to be had, that need to be given. So it's I don't know, it's tough, man. Wish them well. Hopefully things start to get better over there.
Leslie?
Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, I have lots of friends out in California, and several of them have evacuated. My heart just goes out to the whole community. I mean,
Yeah.
Lots of people have moved, temporarily and not temporarily, as the case may be. So, donate what you can, and let's help these people out.
And the crazy part about it is that a lot of people had moved from California to Texas, and people that live here in Texas were really becoming upset because they thought, again, this is a political statement, kind of, sort of, but they were thinking that, well, we don't want the Californians here because they're going to turn Texas blue. Well, whatever. Teisha.
Yes. I'm going to be short-winded here, but I completely agree. I mean, with every statement, it's absolutely terrible. And just, I think thoughts and prayers are, as well as donating to, but thoughts and prayers are probably some of the most important things that we can do, especially not being there to be hands-on. But I couldn't imagine waking up and having, nothing. It's just absolutely terrible. It's a terrible thought. And yes, bless everybody that's been affected and keep praying. Do what we can.
No doubt. Donnie.
I think it was Monday where I saw, or maybe over the weekend, there were parking lots full of people giving, donating, folks fixing food for their fellow, humans. And that's what we have to see more of. We have to see more of their humanity. We got to see people actually giving a damn. And I'm just going to say it like it is. There's nothing worse in this world than seeing our own. I don't care if you're Latino, African American, Caucasian. It's nothing like seeing your own struggle and suffer. And that's what those folks in Southern California are doing. I echo everything that you all say. Hey, if you can make a donation, please make a donation. Those folks need this. And they definitely need our thoughts and prayers and well wishes too.
Dwayne. How long we been doing this?
Not long enough, apparently. But no, I want to send love out to the West Coast, man, out to Cali, bro, to the LA area, surrounding areas. That's heartbreaking. I'm absolutely sickened at the way the people are trying to politicize this situation right now. I could care less about where you're trying to point fingers at right now. Human lives are at stake. People have lost everything that they've worked for. I don't care how much you made, whatever. Your financial status has nothing to do with the fact that it absolutely hurts to lose everything you have worked for. All right. So let's focus on actually helping our people, saving our people, doing everything we can. I spoke to an 87-year-old woman who's a security guard out there working because people are looting. We got to support each other the best way possible, man. This is absolutely disgusting to see politics get involved here. Step up, man. Like I said, we've been fighting for our humanity, what's left of it, a long time now.
Yeah, and I saw something on, I think it was Facebook last night where somebody I went to high school with shared a post from another person, and it basically stated, before you donate to millionaires of Southern California, please remember that there are people in Asheville, North Carolina, still living in tents and trailers.
Yeah.
Who? You know what? I'm gonna say this before I go completely off. If that is your mindset of what that post not only stated, but what it is meant underliningly, if you subject or if you subscribe to that mindset and you call yourself a believer, I will call you a lie directly to your face. I will call you a liar directly to your face, because there's nowhere in the book that says help your fellow man only if they have an income less than $100 or whatever the case may be, or don't help anybody if their income is over $1 million. It doesn't say that anywhere in the book. It just says love thy neighbor, and your neighbor is not next door. Your neighbor is your fellow person, your fellow man, your fellow woman, human, your fellow human. So I thought that was strikingly distasteful and completely inappropriate. All right, moving on to the coaching carousel. So Mike McCarthy, since we last talked, guys, is no longer in Dallas. The reports. Prime time. Let me just ask y'all this: is Deion Sanders a good fit in the chicken fried nation that's known as the Dallas Cowboys? Bryan.
No, I don't think he is. I mean, look, I get that he played there, and I understand what he's doing in the college ranks right now. It's too soon. It's too soon for Deion, coaching wise, for him to go to the NFL. And he even mentioned it. And he said it. He has made the statement that he would never coach in the NFL because it's much harder to coach grown men than it is to coach college kids. So why would he do it other than to coach his son? Like I get, but they're going to have to go in and do a lot of work to try to get his son there. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a good fit. So
Donnie, do you believe Deion when he says I don't want to coach in the NFL? Because he, of course, did take the call from Jerry and said that it was quote unquote very intriguing and that he loves Jerry and Jerry loves him. Do you think that Deion is lying when he said he does not want to coach in the NFL?
Yep, I do. How can you not want to coach at the highest level of professional football in the world? And I mean, Deion coming from, from his storied career, and of course, that stop along the way in Dallas after he won a championship with my 49ers. But I'm over it.
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
But
you met Donnie?
Yeah, I hold grudges for a while, especially. Shoot. I'm still mad at Bill Buckner. Anyway, I digress. I'm showing my age too.
Bill Buckner?
But
it's a football show.
My boy ain't letting go.
Hey, it is what it is. But no, seriously, great point brought up about trying to coach his son, because as that was mentioned, I'm thinking, well, he's going to have to find his way to the Jets or the Giants or the Raiders or somebody who's picking a little higher than the Cowboys. I don't know if Deion actually takes this job, though. Right now, I don't think he's ready for this level of coaching. But I think eventually one day he very well could be, unless he's trying to go to the NFL or college football, which, of course, is the Southeastern Conference.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Hey, man, get the onions out your mouth, bro.
Okay, please.
Get the onions out your mouth, man.
Yeah. What he said.
But okay. maybe one day for Deion, but not right now.
Mm-hmm. Sapphire. So if Deion, okay, you shaking your head no. Does that mean
you said Sapphire? I was like, yes.
Oh, my bad. Do we realistically believe that Deion is going to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, which reality are we asking that question in, right? Right, because like last week, I do recall Miss T and I when we touched on Jerry Jones conversation. This is about more than football, right? Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones, his family, and by the way, did everyone complete their homework assignment and look at the hyperlink that I sent you all? With
my dog ate my homework.
Oh my gosh, he ate your phone then too, right?
Yes,
but
actually, my phone got cut off. I forgot to pay the bill, or I didn't have the money to pay the bill.
Well, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem.
We're sorry.
But if any of you looked and watched that scene on Landman, you'd have the answer to this question. Cowboys are going to be fine. This is entertainment, right? This is beyond football. So for me, when I think about your question, I ruminate on Deion's got his brand, Sons have their brand. What are the things that could impact the brand? And I think that's the conversation. I would imagine that Deion Sanders and Jerry Jones are having right now. So all will be good in the neighborhood either way.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's no chance that the Cowboys draft Shedeur Sanders. Absolutely no chance. None.
You'll be gone.
Do you think that will be an overwhelming factor in the decision as to why he does or does not? Wait.
Yeah. I don't.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't think it's too far-fetched for the Cowboys for what Jerry Jones would do, honestly, Because I mean, look, if you're the Titans and you got the number 1 pick, and you're sitting there and they offer you Dak Prescott and their first round pick plus
Stop.
Another.
Stop.
I'm just saying,
Stop.
no, it's not. It's not far fetched.
But
Stop.
give me that back.
I
If
call
Barry-
time out.
if
I call
Barry
time out.
wants him, he'll get him. If he wants him, he's gonna go get him. It's
Stop.
Jerry Jones.
I would agree
He
with
don't
Bryan
make-
on that.
He don't make
Yeah.
smart decisions. Jerry Jones has never been that guy.
But
Come
this
on
is
now.
the thing.
He's all
This is
about flash.
This is the thing about your scenario, and Dwayne, I'm gonna come to you in just a second. This is the thing about your scenario. It ain't even about what Jerry Jones wants or what he would deem to be the best thing or the flashiest thing. Why in the world would the Tennessee Titans trade for a guy that has had 2 major injuries in his lower legs over the last 4 years and has a cap hit of over $60 million? Why would they do that?
But there's somebody else they can trade for.
Like who?
Jerry's got a chess piece that he can move.
Not
Number
CD
11.
Lamb. Michael
Number
Parsons.
11.
Number 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something there. Okay, that's a rabbit hole that we don't need to go down.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Whoa. I forgot what my question was.
I'm gonna nip this in the bud. I'm just going ahead and put it like this. Deion Sanders will never coach the Dallas Cowboys. Deion Sanders is the ultimate alpha male. Okay. I've heard this on many other and I'm glad other people get it. Let me make sure that everybody listening tonight hears this though. He's the ultimate alpha male. That's not going to blend well with the guy we just saw in the interview talking about, I didn't buy the team just to be an investor. I bought the team to run the team. He's going to do everything his way. What is Prime really good at right now in coaching? He's one of the best when it comes to what right now? And
recruiting.
Recruiting. Prime loves to pick his people. He loves to scout his own talent. He loves to bring in the folks that he believes will fit his scheme. Jerry is still going Jerry when it comes to that. No matter whether your name Dion, Neon, Jimmy, Barry, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, Ricky, Mike.
Ego is the biggest thing floating right now. And of course,
who you like.
Sapphire's right. This is all about entertainment. That's the only reason he wants to talk to Dion.
Yeah, what did I say last week? Jerry, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
And I've actually and Leslie and Teisha, if you want to, you can give your thoughts because I'm tired of talking about the Cowboys. Leslie, real quick.
I think he needs to just stay where he's at. Honestly, that's just my opinion. But build that up. You're doing a good job.
That was going to be my next point.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him leave.
Teisha, what you think?
Oh, I mean, I think the conversation was extremely entertaining. I think that who knows? I mean, that's just the gist of it. It's either a smoke show or there's something there to it. So until I see it with my eyes, I don't really particularly think I believe it. But my gosh, I've seen crazier things happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And that's what it is.
And I did do my homework, by the way, just so you know, Sapphire.
Boom.
I did my homework.
Oh, you
My dog is a lot better trained than Willie's dog. He did not eat mine.
You a teacher's pet. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram TV. Donnie, your sister Crystal is watching. He says he also likes the money. No, he loves the money because it must be the money. I see Jonathan McDonald. He's also watching out there. Thank you guys out there for checking us out. And of course, on the Bird app, which is not really the Bird app anymore. I don't know what Twitter has become.
It would always be Twitter to me.
It's Elon's playground.
I am seriously considering leaving Twitter. If I can get my 14,000 followers to go to Blue Sky, then it's on. That's just what it is.
Oh, that's what you guys meant by SEC.
What, Southeastern Conference?
Thank you, Wo. Thank you. See, we're right here. That's okay. That's moving on. He got it.
Oh my God.
All right. Leslie, of course, we didn't have you last week when we talked about the coaching carousel as Black Monday came and went. Gerard Mayo out after 1 year. Your thoughts?
I wish he would have got a little bit more of a fair shake. I mean, I think Mr. Kraft is Mr. Kraft, and he's doing what he does. So with Vrabel, though, he's made a lot of people in New England happy. I mean, we all love him. So like everybody said about everything else, you just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, I think we all thought he would do a little bit better last year. Like one game better would have been an ideal scenario. I'm excited. I think, you know, I'm kind of rooting for Josh McDaniels to get back there, but I'm
my
excited.
God.
I need the whole reunion. I love like Billy O calling in.
Oh my God.
Let's do it all.
Can we can
The New
you
England
can
runs deep. You know?
you can never mention that name on this show ever again.
False.
No, that is true.
Absolutely
That is true. You can never mention that name on this show.
Billy O or Josh McDaniels.
Hey man, she has good memories with him. You don't.
Well,
she has good memories with him.
I have great memories with a lot of Patriots.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm rooting for. I think it really could be good. I'm a little bit concerned that we keep holding on to like the old Patriot way,
Mhm.
and maybe not embracing new ideas, but at the same time, like it did work for us for a really long time. So hoping that, you know, we just continuously can get a little bit better. And I need my Patriots to be back at it. Them and the Red Sox. I need playoffs for both of them.
Yes, baseball.
Thank you so much.
And baseball season is around the corner. The hashtag Brothers of Baseball show with my former and future co-host Donnie Epting. We will be we will be back real soon. We'll be back real soon on
What
that.
is this?
I told you. All right, one last thing, and Leslie, your former quarterback Tom Brady is figuring prominently in the search for the Raiders' new head coach. Ben Johnson is in line to be offered the gig, according to sort of some of my sources. I wholeheartedly believe in what these guys are saying, but of course, like Bernie Mac once said, I don't believe shit until I see it. So that's what it is.
I say what you scared to say.
Ooh.
I see it.
You punk some of
They
us.
said to you, mother.
It's fine.
I ain't scared of you.
All right. Nobody. Okay, so Sapphire actually gave y'all some homework, and I gave y'all some homework, albeit it was on the night before the show, but nobody did it, and I don't understand why. So I'm gonna do my own thing, and y'all just gonna chime in on it. And the reason why, I don't know, this class, you're normally a good class, but for some reason I caught y'all slipping. So here goes part of the show, and it's on all of the SBMG shows, to include the Brothers of Baseball and the ShakeBack Sports Show and the Ballers Report and whatever else we decide on doing that day. It's a little thing that we like to say.
My God. Did you see that? Oh my God! Did you see that?
And I'm gonna play this. Y'all ready? Here we go. Wait a minute. I gotta do something else. My
The
bad.
pills would ease the pain.
Yes. I can see Bryan right now.
Oh, Oh yes, you already know. You already know he got a scholarship from OU right now on the table in 8th grade. All right.
So just to be clear, this is not the Adrian Peterson's son that went to Georgia Southern, right?
No,
y'all remember there was another Adrian Peterson in the league.
He got like 6. He got like 6 kids, so he's got a lot of them. This is the one I'm pretty sure that he was allegedly beat. I think so.
Oh yeah,
I mean, He's this one he's ready to go.
That's the one he put the strap to.
That's the one he put the strap.
They owe that man an apology.
Yep.
Say what?
Look how he turned out.
Yeah.
Look how he turned out.
Yeah.
Turned out right.
Yeah,
he's
on the outside, yes. On the outside, it looks that way. But what about on the inside, gentlemen?
Hey, we all need a little therapy. We all do.
Some of us more than others. If I recall that story correctly, some of us may need therapy a little more than others.
If you're a football player, you need I promise you, I get it. You need a lot of therapy to play football.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how old he is. I don't know what grade. Is he a freshman?
8. I think he's in 8. I think he's in 8th grade, honestly.
So basically,
because he's class of 2030.
So yeah, okay. So I think
there's
if he continues on like that, and he does look like his dad when his dad was running over people back in the day, which made him one of the top prospects in the country back in, what was that, 2006 maybe. I see something in his game that I never saw in Adrian Senior's game, which is the ability to run routes and catch the ball. So that in itself is going to be amazing. All right, let's continue on. That was Did You See That? Wildcard wrap. The Rams destroy the Vikings in the desert 27-9. The Fighting Quins cook Baker and the Bucks. My apologies to you, Bryan, 23-20. Jaden Daniels, it's the truth. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. The Eagles sacked the Pack 22-10. The Bills, they bucked the Broncos 31-7. Ravens down the Steelers 28-14. And the Houston Texans unplugged the Chargers 32-12. I got questions. And I'm gonna start with Donnie, because I'm always interested to see or hear what he has to say when it comes to exposing a fraud. Is Sam Darnold, is he what we thought he was based on his last 2 performances?
I was waiting on the sound. I was waiting on Denny Green.
Well, keep waiting. You may make an appearance.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer this question. Yes and no.
If you want to crown him, then crown
coincidentally. I'm gonna say Sam Darnold isn't the same Sam Darnold who saw ghosts against New England all those years in New York, and that lost year in Carolina, and him then learning from Kyle Shanahan blow a lead and those guys out in Kyle Shanahan and the folks out in San Jose, Santa Clara, wherever.
Saying something.
Yeah. San Tropez saying something. I think Darnold did show that he's not quite ready to be the guy for a franchise. If anything, with his play the past 8 quarters, the Minnesota Vikings have a problem. They got a lot to figure out in the next 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, leading up to draft and different benchmarks as far as free agency and whatnot that's coming up. I don't think Darnold is as bad as he was with the Jets, but he ain't the dude that was being hoisted on his teammates' shoulders. They got to 14-2.
Mm-hmm.
I really hate that happened for him, because now it's just like, but he's a jolly good. He sucks, So I hate to answer your question in 2 parts, but I feel for the Vikings brass right now. So they got a lot to figure out.
Well, they do have J.J. McCarthy in the bullpen, and remember, if J.J. McCarthy wouldn't have gotten injured, we have no clue as to what would have happened to the Vikings this year. We don't even know if they would have made it. I think that's the reason why nobody had them going as far as they did. All right, Sapphire, we just talked about. Actually, I'm gonna give this one to Bryan because his love affair, his bro crush on Baker Reagan Mayfield. Baker had a key fumble in that game against the Commodores. And I said Commodores. Yeah, I said Commodores. He had that key fumble against the Commodores, and Jaden Daniels acted like he was the second coming of Joe Theismann. And if y'all don't know who Joe Theismann is, he was a quarterback that his face bar was 1 bar. He had 1 bar on his face mask. So is Jaden Daniels the best quarterback from the draft, from this past draft, Bryan?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. After seeing that in the playoffs and what he did in the playoffs, I would put it past Bo Nix, honestly. He was the best quarterback in this draft for sure. Now, long term, I don't know that we'll say that because there's other quarterbacks that I think could have a better career, like Drake May. I know she's looking, but I'm not joking. Drake May is it, and I think he gets in the right spot. I think they get the right offensive coordinator in there. I think that he actually ends up being one of the better quarterbacks out of the draft. Yeah, y'all can quote me on that, and 5 years later we'll find out. But I'm just saying, right now, the best quarterback in the draft, 100% Jaden Daniels.
Well, you best believe I'm gonna have the receipts 5 years from now, no matter where we are. I don't care. I don't care if I'm in a wheelchair or I don't care if I'm on a beach somewhere. I'm gonna play that. I'm be like, yeah,
now, Willie. Now, Willie, look, it's obviously it's always about the situation. Okay, so it's if New England just doesn't get someone in there that can, do well for him, then clearly it's just like we've seen with Baker. We saw either with Sam Darnold, like they all went through the Carolina Panthers, and that organization's just run terrible, and they look terrible there. They didn't look great there. So in my opinion, it's about where you go and who you have there working with you. I don't mean to go back a little bit, but I did have a comment on Darnold. I don't think necessarily Darnold is a fraud, but I don't think that you put him with a lot of other teams. He doesn't do as well as he did this year. I think Kevin O'Connell made Darnold what he was this year, and I think that's he would have to get put in a much better situation to continue his success next year if he's not with the Vikings.
So Sapphire, do you think Jaden Daniels' ceiling is higher than everybody else that came out of this past draft as far as quarterbacks go?
What do the young kids say? Facts. I had no doubt that the Commanders were going to win that game. And with all due respect to my brother, Bryan, I endured Baker Mayfield as a Brown. Like, he did the best he could. That was a Baker Mayfield ceiling right there. And even when I think about, Sam Darnold, it's a moment. It's not just a regular season game. It's the playoffs, right? And there's something to be said about how your elite level players manage the stress in those moments, like Jaden Daniels did, right? Like what we've seen Lamar Jackson do, right? There's just a very minute percentage of the 1% of players in that position that can slow that game down. And remember, all I got to do is get the ball in my playmaker's hands. I need to play within myself. That is not what Baker Mayfield has shown me, right, across his career, So, yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. No conspiracy theories here. All right, Dwayne.
Yeah, Brian's on his head rattling.
Yeah. Yeah, listen. I'm gonna say one last thing before you talk to anybody else. Okay, that fumble, by the way, was on the snap. That wasn't even Baker's fault. That was a timing issue. That wasn't Baker's fault anyway. Baker is the ultimate gamer, and I don't care. You could be salty about him leaving Cleveland, but he's got a higher ceiling than what he's got.
Yeah. So and I'm not salty about it. I'm going to challenge you. I will say everybody has a higher ceiling, but it's those few people that can actually reach the mountaintop, bro. Baker Mayfield has never shown that. He's allowed to bark. You get the tickets sold, but what you saw in that game was a microcosm of what his professional career has been. And I've been following him since I think I broke my television that year when they drafted him. As a matter of fact, I've been following him since he was a Browns. That's classic Baker Mayfield.
I'm going to give you one stat. Okay. 0 That's how many times Washington punted. That's how many times they punted in that game.
What does that have to do with Baker?
Everywhere he's been, he ain't never had a defense to help him out. He puts his heart on the field. I don't know if you know. I mean, he puts it out there on the field.
Yes, he
every
does.
time. And he even when he was at OU, he put the heart on the field every single game. Had the worst defense in the country most of the time.
And stuck the flag in the middle of the O at the shoe in Columbus, Ohio. I do remember those days too.
He did.
I love that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
love that.
Okay. Here. Since you want to throw out stats, Bryan,
come on.
Here's a stat for you. Baker Mayfield was tied for third in the NFL with touchdown passes, right? But he also led the league, he led the league in interceptions thrown, or tied for interceptions thrown. And it just so happens that for all of the great moments that Baker had in 2024 and into 2025, why are we talking about the fumble? That's the lasting memory. It's the fumble. And I don't care if you say it was somebody else's fault. Baker's the quarterback, and you know how this game is, man. The quarterback is going to get the blame or he's going to get the credit. And in this case, it just so happens that he's going to get the blame in my book. All right. Whoa. Where's the love for Jordan? Will the Packers quarterback, with his recklessness, I spelled that wrong. Recklessness.
It's the pill. The pill will ease the pain.
I can't even blame it on the pill. I can't blame
have what you're having, sir.
No. I can't blame it on the pill because I did this last night.
I'll take 2.
Okay, so will his recklessness prevent Green Bay from making future playoff runs that can be deemed as deep?
His recklessness? No.
You don't think so?
No, I think personally, Jordan Love is asked to do a lot with not much. I mean, they have some talented receivers, but it's kind of like my coach are. Who's your number one? Like, who's your clear-cut stud? I've heard talks that Devontae Adams may want to come back to Green Bay. He's open to a reunion, and if that is up, that might be the answer that Jordan Love needs. But you asking Jordan Love to come in there and be old Aaron Rodgers, that's too much.
Right on.
Well, let me just say this about one Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is throwing shit up against the wall and hoping that it sticks.
Yeah, get your feelings out of there.
No, because I'm about to tell you why. I saw a report yesterday that Devontae Adams said, I would not mind returning to the Raiders in the right situation. That's what he said. Nah, bruh, you ain't want to be here. Stay your ass away. And if you want to go to Green Bay and finish off the rest of your career, cool. We don't want you because you didn't want to be there. So that is what that is. All right. Teisha, you laughing. What you got?
Who does want to be though?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I was laughing because that's the third time you've used spicy words, maybe all year. So that had me giggling a little bit, but hey, passion's passion. It's how we express ourselves, right? that was surely it. I'm saving my rant for last, so you better make sure. And I feel like I've been a little bit, skipped over, which is definitely a very weird thing to do. So you got to give me a minute at the end because I do have something to say. But other than that, y'all have at it. It's very.
I have no idea what she meant when she said all that. I have no idea. All right. I got another question. Leslie, this is for you.
Oh God.
Is it time for us to start talking about Justin Herbert the way that we've talked about other quarterbacks from Oregon? You talk about Marcus Mariota. You talk about Jeremiah Masoli. You talk about Dennis Dixon. You talk about Achilles Smith and Joey Harrington. They all did not have good careers, and Justin Herbert is the most talented out of all of them, but he's only got one playoff victory in his tenure, and he got the bag a couple of years ago. Is it time for us to start talking about Justin in the way that we talk about those other guys as far as being a disappointment in the league?
That's a tough one for me. I mean, just going through some coaching things here. No, I don't think so. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't think so.
You don't seem
Can't win 'em all, man. So
you don't seem
thank the
too sure.
Lord.
You don't seem too sure. You don't seem too sure. Let me bring in some backup. Donnie, is it time for us to start talking about Justin Herbert the way that we've talked about other Oregon quarterbacks?
Who?
He's hesitating just as much.
No,
by the way.
so because you said Marcus Mariota, and I'm thinking to myself, has Mariota played badly or just been
in the wrong
into some situations? Right, there's bad luck situations. Right. So I don't know if I put him in that category of the Oregon quarterbacks that or that that weren't that good. Definitely Akili, definitely Joey Harrington. Did Dennis Dixon even make it to the NFL?
He did.
He was a backup in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Okay. Sure was. That's right. Sure was. Thank you, sir. Not yet. Not yet.
Too soon.
Too soon.
It's just a second playoff game. It's just a second.
Give him something to work with.
Yeah. I mean, his best receiver is a dude that's tall as me. That about getting short.
Yeah.
I mean, Quentin Johnston has never met a football that he can catch. Oh, hi. My name is Quentin, and you're gonna go fall right through my hands. I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
Herbert needs somebody else. They started throwing the ball towards the end of the regular season at number 84. Storm. No, not Storm. His last name starts with an S. Smart. And he looked like he was going to become a Stone. Yeah, Stone. He was going to become a part of that offense. And then Herbert just got happy with trying to throw to Johnson. And, of course, he had Ladd McConkey. But, I think all of us are in agreement to say, hey, he need a little help.
Yeah, Ladd McConkey had a game against the Texans. I mean, it was –
He did.
He is phenomenal.
You take him away. You don't rush the ball with J.K. Dobbins like they didn't do in the playoff game. And you take away Ladd McConkey. What does Justin Herbert have to throw to? Or who does Justin Herbert have to throw to?
Go ahead, Bryan, real quick.
Yeah, no, real quick. I think he hit it on the head right there. It's personnel at this point. I mean, Herbert's always had good pieces. He's never had great pieces. He's never had, that CeeDee Lamb, that Justin Jefferson, that Jamar Chase. He's never had that receiver there. And really, if you look at it, I mean, he did have Eckler for a little while, just for a little bit, but he's never really had a really good running back there either. I mean, no shade on Dobbins and them. They're good running backs, but they're not that running back that's going to keep you on the field and keep the ball moving. So to me, it's not really fair to say that he is. I think he's probably one of the better Oregon quarterbacks to come out of there. And Mariota, if he was put in the right situation, would be a good quarterback too. So
I wholeheartedly disagree with Mariota being, and he as a Heisman Trophy winner and the number 2 overall pick. You're not picking that guy to be a good quarterback. That's my point, because he was the second pick overall. I will say this about Justin Herbert. I like his arm talent. I love the fact that he's big and strong and can work the pocket. He's not going to have those numbers that we probably thought that he would have under Jim Harbaugh, because we know they're going to run the ball like nobody's business. So I'm willing to give Justin Herbert a pass just for one more year. Now that he's got this system down, Jim Harbaugh's system down after year one, I'm gonna put the onus on him next year. And if he doesn't perform, or if he doesn't get them to at least 2 victories, or to the second round of the playoffs, if they even make it, then I'm going to start looking at them like this. All right. Let's move on. It is time for the divisional round. Houston at Kansas City. I hate them. Washington at Detroit. LA Rams at Philly. Baltimore at Buffalo. That last game is like a heavyweight fight. The thriller in Manila. The rumble in the jungle. Whatever other descriptive term you want to use there. But here's the question: which one of these road teams, Houston, Washington, the Rams, or Baltimore, do we see have the opportunity to pull the upset on the road? Not really an upset, but to win on the road. Donnie.
Baltimore.
Fear the North.
Baltimore, as they say, Baltimore.
Baltimore. Who says that?
Baltimore.
Oh yeah, you got to come out to the East Coast, Willie. That's what they say. Ravens all the way.
I have been to Baltimore once. The most phenomenal crab cakes I have ever had in my life.
I knew he was gonna say that. What the Baltimore? What you do? Had the crab cakes.
Yeah, the crab cakes were delicious. Okay. Whoa. Same question.
Oh, it's definitely Baltimore. 100%. There's a reason why your girl was nervous last week. I kept pointing that out. She don't want to talk too much because that's the one thing Kansas City does not want to see. So all I'm saying is everybody fears that flock.
Fear the flock. That's a hashtag. Teisha, which one of these road teams has the best chance of getting me upset?
I think that's probably correct. So road to it comes through us. So I guess we'll see how it breaks down. But yeah, I think Baltimore for sure.
Leslie, are you going to make it a clean sweep? Baltimore has the best chance to win on the road this week.
I think Baltimore does. I mean, that's hard for me in general. I mean, the whole East Coast thing, obviously, because there's no dating within the division.
What? Oh, I get it.
There's no dating in the division. And Teisha, I'm so sorry, honey. Whoever can beat the freaking Chiefs is who I want to win. I don't even care. But yes, definitely. Because I live here and it's horrible. But I think Baltimore.
Oh, what I say? Chiefs are the new Patriots, and now she hates the Chiefs. Ain't this something?
Yep.
Boy.
Yeah.
They're not.
That is interesting.
Styles truly make fights, as they say. You know what? I don't really care who wins on the road. I just want the Texans to win on the road. And I think we all know why. Because I'm so... You know what? Next Wednesday show, if the Chiefs lose, I'm going to wear a Chiefs hat on the show.
Why?
You going to do that? You going to make that bet now?
He making that bet now.
If the Chiefs lose, not to say win, I said lose. If the Chiefs lose, I am going to wear a Chiefs hat on the show, courtesy of my girl.
Ain't no real bet.
Oh, well.
Not a bet. That's a flex. That's a flex. That's not a bet.
You know what it really is? I'm gonna tell you what it really is. We wish. We don't hope, we wish.
I'm telling y'all, you would not be able to contain this cat if the Chiefs go down this weekend. I'm telling you, it's over with.
I'm just saying, bro.
Day of my life.
That's like
unplug from social media, unplug from the internet.
I bet I have chicken tonight. Ain't nothing but chicken in my kitchen. You know what you... Come on, dog.
Go ahead, Leslie.
I think I'm actually going to try and get a ticket to this game just in anticipation, because I will go neutral. I'm not going to wear, the only thing I'd have to wear is my Edelman jersey because I don't wear other teams. But I think it'd be so much fun to go to this game and watch, because I just have this feeling, I don't know, that it's not going to work out in their favor, and watch the implosion happen in Kansas City, because
against Houston,
there'd be nothing better in life.
See, Dwayne, you didn't pay attention to the blackboard. Do they even use They don't even use blackboards anymore. You didn't pay attention to the blackboard. The overlying theme is we hate them, and when you have that level of hate, there comes no rationality. So when you say the Texans, that absolutely has nothing to do with it. It's just the fact
always. I can despise. Listen again. I'm a Colts fan, but if you still ask me to this day about the Patriots, as much as I dislike the Patriots, it is what it is. Cheating and all, they still were unstoppable. They were unstoppable.
Nah,
Listen,
dog.
They
They
you
are
don't hate us because you ain't us. You know what
they
I
are
mean?
very stoppable. I mean, really. Okay, who cares if they went 15-2? They had 8 victories by
Say it again, Willie.
huh?
Say it again. They went what?
They went 15-2, but 8 of their victories were by 1 score, and they
They
did.
lost a starting running back.
I don't give a damn. Listen to
for
what I'm
most of
saying.
most of the
Listen
season.
listen to
They
what I'm
lost
saying.
They top 2 receivers, wasn't it? And
Listen
then they
to.
was
I
relying on the
don't
rookie to
care.
really carry the load.
I don't
Travis
care about
Kelce's out
that,
there with 1 foot out the door, and you talking about what?
bruh. I don't care about that.
And
See,
they lost 2
I'm gonna have to rewind the track once again because I just told you that there is no logic or rationality when it comes to us feeling the way that we do. I don't
Amen.
care about any of that. What I do
Oh.
care about is the fact that, well, you know what? I just hope they lose. All right. Biggest keys for each team to secure a victory. Let's start with Houston at Kansas City. What's the biggest key, Donnie, for Houston or Kansas City to get a win?
I'll give you a quick one for both teams.
Good. That's what I asked for.
You said or.
Oh.
For Houston, who catches the ball besides Nico Collins? For Kansas City, rust versus rest, and how what do they look like coming out in this game in the first 5 minutes, in the first 10 minutes, or first quarter? Can dictate how the night may go.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And we're not talking about separating and inviting. Bryan.
No.
Yes, sir.
Let's move to the next game. Unless you want to comment on that one, I'm not going to give y'all every game because we're running low on time.
No, the only thing I'll comment on that is that Texans D line has to get pressure on Mahomes. They have to get pressure on him. Make him make tough decisions quick. I mean, they got 2 good ends there that can put pressure on him. So they need to get pressure for sure.
And the offensive line, particularly the tackles for Kansas City, or really the tackle on, what's his name, Taylor? He has like 6,000 penalties for this season.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see Daniil Hunter getting after it over him. All right, LA Rams and Philly. Keys to victory for either or both teams.
For the Rams, you got to be able to run the ball and keep that defense honest. The Eagles' best weapons are those big boys from Georgia up front. So if you cannot control the line of scrimmage, you can't keep that defense honest, it's going to be in trouble for Stafford. For the Eagles, is A.J. Brown's head going to be in a game instead of a book?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm so serious.
Can we talk?
I don't understand how you playing for your season and somehow a book makes its way to the sideline in playoff game. That you make that make sense to me. Your head was never really there. I get you pissed off. Y'all were winning too. Come on, what you doing, bro?
You know how much stuff we don't normally see that happens on the sidelines, and the camera just happened to catch this man reading a book.
I mean, I get it, but I watched his face while he was reading that book. He was pissed. He was sucking his teeth and everything.
Well, in tennis, Naomi Osaka, she goes in journals between games and between sets, to help her stay in focus. So I'm hoping for AJ's sake that he was reading that book to stay in focus, because he can be a hothead at times.
Yeah, I don't really think he cares. You know why?
Because they're winning.
No, because he said, I don't care. That's exactly what he said. I don't care. Sapphire. Baltimore and Buffalo, biggest keys for either or both to win this game.
Okay, I can't even speak on Buffalo because Baltimore's going to go up there. And if you need to know anything else about how they're going to win, like dominate that game, just go back to the last game. Unless they beat themselves, there is no way that the Buffalo Bills are going to come close to victory in that game. Run, pass, Henry, Lamar, they have tight ends that can actually move the chains as well. Just when you think you have them in a situation where they're going to have to kick, boom, here comes Lively, right? Here comes Andrews. And even though we don't know in this moment if Zay Flowers is going to play in that game, it's pretty much not consequential because you still got Bateman, you still got Aguilar, and the defense. Like, I can't say enough about the smackdown that I expect the Baltimore Ravens to give the Bills in Buffalo this weekend.
I think they need Zay Flowers this weekend, honestly. I think they need him.
So, Teisha, here's a question for you. Who has more pressure on them in this game, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Dang it. I had a funny joke planned, but it's not going to work now. So thanks for ruining it. Let's see.
Anything I can do to help.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the spotlight's definitely been on me tonight. So thanks for that. Let's see here. Josh Allen or, honestly, I mean, it's, in my opinion, it's 50-50 because you know what? I hope they both lose. But
oh my gosh. Yeah, you would want them to both lose.
I think Josh Allen probably has a little bit more pressure. But yeah, I just don't know. To me, it's a toss up for me just to see how it goes. Because let's not lie, they're both kind of a little bit of choke artists. They're very, very talented, so don't get me wrong on that. But sometimes when it comes down, to the wire, I mean, they've both shown that they didn't deliver. So I honestly don't know, but I would probably say Josh.
Okay, I can take that. I think they both have a tremendous amount of pressure on them. It may be more for Lamar simply because he has a whole culture behind him. He's doing it for a culture. You can say what you will about Lamar and his ability to communicate or how he sounds, which some people have said is the reason why he's not very marketable, which I completely think is inappropriate, but that's what they say. And they put him in a Gatorade commercial where he doesn't say any words. So I think it's more on Lamar because he's doing it for an entire culture. All right, let's stay there with you.
Willie, can I jump in just for a couple of seconds on that? What you said is real, and it takes me back in the 70s when you had a similar sort of typecasting for Black athletes, right? And it's amazing to me that in 2024 we're still having that same conversation. So I just wanted to add my 2 cents with that.
Yeah, and you're 100% correct. Because that remains, and that's a whole nother. I mean, we could spend an entire show talking about just that. You talk about Show Sho Nuff Divided. That is exactly what that would be. All right, Teisha, let's start back with you. Let's predict these games. I already know you're taking Kansas City. Who you got out of Washington and Detroit?
Yes, yeah, and I have something to say too. So, and I guess I technically do my homework, but I knew there wasn't going to be a video, so I just figured that when you said, did you see that? So I know you guys have all been really concerned and very invested. I just wanted to let you know that the Mahomes did welcome a healthy baby girl into the world. Her name is Golden. I know, it's lovely. And so, here's something I just want to say real quick. When your quarterback is so good, he plans his pregnancies around, get to stay home for an extra, few days. And I'm like, that's talent right there. So I think we're going to have a clear head and there won't be any stress. And hopefully that's enough because these Super Bowl babies, that's stressful. But so it worked out very well. And just wanted to drop that little nugget. So that's
a great nugget to drop.
Yes, amen.
Congratulations to them.
I'm done. That was it.
Who TF cares?
Wait,
Oh,
bruh, come on, man.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's a new definition of FMLA. Actually, I didn't know they had the baby, but I think that's wonderful. And then he was there for the birth, and I mean, color me sappy. I just love that. I love that whole story.
I think it's fantastic. They had the baby's healthy, right? Everybody's good. If they could quit naming the children after
happy,
the
healthy,
dogs,
and kicking and doing great. Yep.
Did you say name the children after the dogs?
Yeah, they're dogs. The 2 dogs that they have medal names, and that's where that started. So they have then the children are Sterling, Bronze, and Golden. Apparently.
Oh.
This show has completely gone sideways.
Like, great. I'm so happy that the baby's healthy and everybody's healthy, and that's fantastic.
That part.
You're right about that. I can't remember what sportscaster it was that said it, and I would have to look it up. But I was watching something, and it just passed by. But he goes, he said, "Oh, Mahomes, and Brittany, they had their baby, and its name is Golden, quartz, this," and he just like went on, and cubic zirconia, and it was just like it was hilarious. And Mahomes thought it was really, really funny. So I saw his reaction video to it, and it was pretty funny. He went on a rant.
You know what?
I really am so. Everybody,
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Bye.
I would know what, like 300 children. I mean, I love kids so much. But yeah, so happy that he was there,
right there.
All that, but.
Willie, he's left. He's gone.
And he really did.
Naming the children after the dog.
Hey, there's a ghost in here.
Yeah.
No, real talk. Real talk. I get what y'all are saying, and family, of course, is everything. So congratulations to the Mahomes on bringing another addition into the world. All that's great. But I'm talking about from a football standpoint, who TF cares? All right. Washington, Detroit. Oh, I guess. Oh, no. Washington at Detroit. This is going to be a great game. Sapphire, who's winning?
You know what? I actually took the Redskins. Oops, excuse me. The Commanders for this game.
You that wasn't an accident.
No, I really feel that way. I mean, and for me, the game changer is Jaden Daniels. It's going to be fascinating to see how he deals with it, Detroit defense. And I'm rolling with the Commanders.
Donnie?
Wow. 3-1-3. Move on.
Okay. Dwayne?
Hey, man.
Hey.
This is easy for me. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's easy like that, but I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. But the Detroit Lions are loaded.
Mm-hmm.
And David Montgomery back too.
Montgomery's back. Sonic and Knuckles are doing their thing. Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to my girl. She is my physical therapist, _Sassy_PT on Instagram. Guess what she says to me? Don't hate, Willie. I'll see you Monday, Amber. It's all good though.
And you want to talk like that to somebody in her position?
And you and Teisha and the rest of the hashtag Chiefs Kingdom, y'all better hope and pray and wish that the Chiefs win this game, because if they don't, I'm going to unleash the most furious tirade of comedic hatred that you have ever heard. Period. Point blank.
I can see you over there writing jokes for like
they couldn't
3 days.
Lose ever, because even if they were going to, the rest would fix it for them. But they're not losing.
Okay.
Willie,
sir.
You realize that the refs are they're gonna tell you this.
No chance. That's what you got. No chance.
Hey man, we're not cheap.
Yeah,
I like
the refs
that.
are not. I mean, they just. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what
Okay.
it is.
Okay. Well, how do we get on the Chiefs? We're supposed to be
I
on
don't
Washington.
know.
Detroit.
Your obsession with the Chiefs?
Yeah, I still have my.
I mean, was Washington Detroit the first game? Because I don't think we all picked the first game, dude.
Yeah, Houston and Kansas City is the first game. Everybody's going with Kansas City. Even me.
Yeah.
Even me. I'm going with Kansas City.
I think Texans are going to shock some people. Let's just say that.
No.
Yeah, they will.
2 words. Chris Jones.
We're gonna have them done by halftime.
Referees. Okay. Yeah.
That's a 3 word. 3 word.
Whatever.
3 word. Referee. Yeah, that's 3 words. Okay. Washington to Detroit. Everybody is picking. Well, no, Sapphire. You picked
Commanders.
You picked the Commanders. Donnie, you picked the Lions. Donnie, who you got? Oh no, yeah, you picked the Lions as well. Dwayne, who you got?
I said the Lions, Detroit.
Bryan, also Detroit. That's your Super Bowl pick, right?
No, yeah. I got to roll with Detroit. It might be. It's definitely gonna be closer. I mean, Commanders are solid. It's gonna be closer than we think, but and at some point, all those injuries got to kind of catch up with Detroit on the defensive side, but it hadn't yet. And they're so strong offensively. I think they could outscore somebody. So yeah, Detroit, 100%.
Yes.
Leslie, Washington or Detroit?
I'm picking Detroit. If not
Teisha?
just for one thing, but Detroit.
Yeah, Teisha.
Yeah, I'll make it short and sweet. I'll say the same. So it would be it's gonna be an interesting game, that's for sure. We definitely this is the time of year for good football. So, but no, I think Detroit's got it.
All right, Baltimore and Buffalo. Donnie.
I guess because I picked the Ravens to go to the AFC Championship game, I'm going with the Ravens. This has the potential to go down as one of the greatest NFL playoff games in the history of life.
That's a long time.
And it's a toss-up, honestly. If this game were in Baltimore, I would say Baltimore is winning because they're the home team. But I'm saying Baltimore is going to win on the road. I just think Lamar is going to find that little bit extra for them. But I think it's going to be a game that's going to come down to the last few minutes of the fourth quarter.
Bryan?
I get the love for Baltimore. They're going to be. I mean, they obviously took care of Buffalo early in the season, but I'll make it short and sweet. I'm taking Buffalo. I'm riding with Ben, wherever he's at.
Ben, yeah, where is Ben?
I don't know, wherever he's at. I'm riding with him.
Leslie, Baltimore, or are you gonna pick? You're gonna pick Baltimore because you just said you can't date within the division.
Yeah, there's no dating within the division, and I'm not going for Josh Allen. The only way I go for Josh Allen is if they're playing the Chiefs, and that is like a really painful day for me. You got to go Baltimore, 1000%.
Teisha,
I'm really not a fan, but Baltimore for sure.
Teisha, the winner of this game will likely play your Chiefs. So, which one of these teams?
Yeah, so I hope it is Baltimore because I know that we can beat them. So,
oh my gosh.
Was it too crash? Sorry.
So.
I didn't think so, though.
You see this shit right here? Almost all of you.
I think that's a shot. That's a shot at you, Willie. I think
it definitely is. It definitely is. And I don't
name names. Name names, Herb.
I don't. We know who he's talking about. Everybody on here that knows Herb and Raj knows who he's talking about. And it's okay, you know.
Ooh, that's a good one.
No,
it's a form of flattery that I wear it as a badge of honor. Okay.
That's a good question that Herb has on here.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't even want to give that dude credit for it being a good question. So you're not gonna answer.
I'm gonna say Allen. For me, it's Allen.
Nope. We're not gonna give him the satisfaction of answering that question. No,
it's Allen.
I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna remove.
Thank you, Herb. Herb and Raj.
I'm gonna remove everybody. Bye.
Pick it.
Okay, no, I'm just joking. That is a really good question. That is a really good question.
Sell on Haterade on aisle 3. Sell on Haterade on aisle 3.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Did we get through all of the predictions, y'all? Oh, I gotta do mine, don't I? I haven't given mine.
Yeah, we haven't finished all of them either.
We didn't do Rams and Eagles yet.
Oh, okay. Well, Bryan, Rams or Eagles?
Hey, wait. Ain't the pick.
You didn't get the pick? I just
He did.
Okay.
He did.
Go ahead, Dwayne. Baltimore or Buffalo?
I was just simply saying, bro. Yes, I'm rolling with Baltimore, but I also had to say this. When it comes down to who has more pressure on him, I go with Lamar for another reason. I always said this, and I said this on last show, Baltimore overachieved this season. The Ravens went and got him a Derrick Henry. Mm-hmm. You better go in. Mm-hmm. Pressure's on Lamar.
Mm-hmm. So does that mean Buffalo's winning?
I said I picked Baltimore from start.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Okay, the pain medicine. I need the pain medicine. Okay. And I actually think I have a fever. I had a fever earlier too. So there's something going on in this temple.
Let's go.
All right.
So you were going to Bryan.
Huh?
You were going to Bryan about the last game.
Rams Philly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead, Bryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Philly. I mean, it's at home. I mean, Saquon's on a mission too. So yeah, I'll go with Philly.
Leslie?
Philly.
Teisha?
For sure.
That's a tough one for me. But I kind of think the Rams.
Whoa.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Sapphire.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Cap.
Eagles. And I'm just gonna say 2 words. Jared Verse.
Yep.
Hurst has to be looking out for that guy.
Yep.
Brilliant. I got Kansas City, Detroit, Philly, and Baltimore.
Interesting.
Yeah. I got us to go with Baltimore because they're my Super Bowl champion prediction from way back when.
By the way, I went 5-1 last weekend too.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that.
Only loss I had was LA from the picks.
Them Bucks definitely hang. Jaden
I
Daniels.
think I was the only one that chose Tampa. I mean, chose Washington over Tampa.
Oh no, I did. I took.
Oh, okay.
I took the Commanders too.
Oh, okay. All right.
I took the Commanders too.
Jaden Daniels hard at them boys.
Just real quick before we get up out of here, one real quick note about Washington and Detroit. I'm a little concerned about Detroit's defense. Aaron Glenn has done a great job this year with all of the setbacks that they've had. But I noticed something and maybe it's because they were playing against Sam Darnold, but I've noticed that he blitzes so much.
Yep.
And when you have the athleticism of a Jaden Daniels, I'm interested to see if they're going to put a spy on him. Want to see how that works out. All right. It's time to go. Any final thoughts from around the horn? Donnie?
Big week coming up next week in this nation. And so as we get set for a transition, let's just remember to love each other. And for those of us in the South, bracing for Snowmageddon next week.
What does that mean? Like 1 inch? 1 inch of snow?
Yes, exactly.
Leslie, Miss T, where you at?
Exactly.
You're barking about 1 inch of snow.
I got 20 inches last week.
Wow.
What?
We got like 8.
We got 18, and then we got another 3 later, that like 4 days later. So my parking lot still has 4 inches of snow in it.
Man, that's crazy.
Weird.
All right.
Yeah. Florida
Any
is
other
calling my name, friends.
definitely can't go to Cali right now.
It was 17 degrees this morning.
All right. Final thoughts around. Keep going. Well, everybody gave final thoughts about the snow, I guess.
You know, I just want to say, I have enjoyed hanging out with you, beautiful people. Thank you for having me and creating a safe space for us to share our divergent views.
You are
absolutely
like
it has definitely been
for me personally, and I'm sorry because I think I heard some Ohio State fans.
You can't cut in over the music. I had to stop the music. Okay, we out. I'm done. For Bryan, for Leslie, for Teisha, for Donnie, for Sapphire. It's your boy Willie, and of course the Wolfster in their absence. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. Well, peace. We out.